Last time on Disco Elysium.
Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. Be prepared. Wield Ruby's double-barreled pistol. What a shitty gun. But it's better than nothing.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing in this shithole?
Glacier, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. There is a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward, eyes filled with rage and disbelief, gurgling, muttering something unintelligible. The look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on Earth. But he will do it. He is your end. Here it comes. Death.
You're bleeding out.
A slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips, your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed stop on the tape. The woman is gone. So is Kim. Then the whole world.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door. Everybody leaves when they get the chance. Go on, keep falling. Deeper. Take the door.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep. He never stops. He only gets worse.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dopamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime, the island in the bay. A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
1, 2, 3. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free.
Alright then. I think we're in the final part of the game now. So, let's check it out and see where we go from here. The rusted chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
The lieutenant looks at the mechanism overhead. What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
Okay, I guess it makes sense. Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Gotcha. Anything else here? Just boat and this. A makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. Alright. Hey, it's a seagull. And other things. The tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Old. There we go. Can I...
Yes?
No. I'm trying to go to this area, but I'm guessing I can't. There's nothing there. I guess the only way is up? Not a whole lot to explore off the bat. Music's pretty nice, though. Attention! Inflammable. That's a bad thing? There's a lingering trace of macet in the air. What's macet? Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel, black and viscous. What's this? This barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks in it. ICM. Not RCM? No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. It seems like there's a door down here.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Kim, what is ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army.
Ah.
The Black and White Army of the Revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM. It sounds like RCM. Revachol Citizens Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
I see.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex.
Does it always have to be political?
It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
What I'm hearing is we descend from the glorious Revolutionary Army. It's a little embarrassing in 51, no? Maybe we need a rebrand? ICM sounds like ICP. Very close to the International Collaboration Police. Nice and normal that way. Just catch your breath. Just catch your breath. I don't know. I've got a little embarrassing in 51, no? Maybe we need a rebrand?
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year.
This is true. He bows to inspect the barrel. Okay. A white star.
No, an upside-down star.
Upside down. Oh yeah, it is upside down. Oh yeah, I think we saw a book earlier with deer antlers and upside down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those speck stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
Ah,
A
what?
DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Okay. Looks old. What is it still doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Gotcha. I guess let's finish that thought. I think there was another thought. Unless I missed it. But anyway, oh, there's the one. Be careful not to fall. The cliff face looks steep. Gotcha. But there's like something down here. I can't seem to get to it from up here. I don't know if we have to go in. Alright. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, we're high up. What's this? Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Down here? Can I get to it? I guess I have to go all the way down. Wait. What's this? This was once an armament rest. Guess, guns and stuff. Can we do anything with this?
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Pour fuel into the tank.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell.
The smell of gasoline.
There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere.
Alright. Tap the side.
The tank is far from full, but there should be enough inside to keep it going for a day.
Just a day, huh? Okay. There's several things here. What's this? Let's see. Books. Mostly fantastic, whatever that is. Bed?
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
The lieutenant inspects the bed. How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
That's right, we got shot.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
I guess we could try to shake it off. Go to sleep, don't go to sleep. Maybe a little shut-eye, just an hour.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour, maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Sleep. Oh, we're awake now. How much time has passed? Okay, Harry. Let's see what's going on here. My UI is gone, so is Kim. Is this another one of those dream sequences like last time? Yeah, I can't seem to select anything. Where do we go? The lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. To the beach. This? The door is still here. Close. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. Which way is the beach? This way? Nope, I hear water. Wait, hold on. Ah, this is the thing we saw earlier. This is probably a dream sequence, isn't it? Alright, let's see where we end up. Stop. Go down to the chain. There's something there. Chain? What chain? Oh, this chain. Now walk into the water. Oh. What? You see her footprints on the water. How? What footprints? Yep, I'm walking on water. Further. I guess we'll just walk. Is this her? It's her, isn't it? We're walking on water.
Dolores Day.
What?
The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state
Wait, what's
turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
What's she doing here?
Off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Muindi and Insulinda. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Very off. Just let her go. Listen to me for once.
For once? I think I've listened to you a few times. Hey.
Hey,
Hey, that's all I get? How are you doing? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have bothered you. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
Harry, do you know me? I'm not doing very well. I'm dying. I'm ruined. Flak tower. In a ruined flak tower, blood is dripping down my chest. I'm in my head. I miss you. None of these are good. I miss you? What's that about?
Well, I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
Okay, I'll go back to mine. Do you miss me? Do you miss me there?
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
She stares at her feet. The zebra stripes on the intersection. The lights of the video rental glow in her hair. Don't really see any of that, but okay, except for the stripes. Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
You don't have time to talk to me? Is that it? She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her bag. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry.
Holy crap, that's
Might
far.
as well be another lifetime.
That is very far. What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this.
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder, silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Your skin is holy and soft. What? What's this line?
no, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
You are. None of the others as beautiful as you. No, let's not. I'm sorry I said that. No. You are? None of the others are as beautiful as you? Is that probably why we're still, like, hung up on this?
She does not answer. There's that expression again. Silence. A distant wind blows. You can't think of anything pretty to say.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown. What epic showdown?
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really.
Really?
We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters.
Unborn daughters? What? What happened to the unborn daughters?
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
That's a little harsh.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
Kissing? Wait, hold on, what's this? Suggestion 3? I know you still love me, kiss her. What? But that's not a very good way for things to be.
It's not. But
She looks at her feet. Little golden sandals cover her toes. But what? Tell me there's something good. That's it? I have other questions for you. But what? Tell me there's something else. There's something good, right?
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
So that's it.
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
I'm not so sure about that. Dolores? I'm guessing that's not your real name.
Where in hell?
Where?
Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
Good for me. In fucking hell. I'm not getting over it at all. You're right. I don't even remember who you are anymore. Yeah, because we got Dolores Day now. Maybe I think I've reached the end of the investigation. Good for me? In fucking hell? I guess.
Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry. Are you stupid?
Yes?
She's about to say something. Here it comes. She's starting to love him again. Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing.
That's not very encouraging.
See? She isn't saying anything. I don't understand. It was she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you. Can you not see I'm bad? I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better.
But why did you leave?
It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe?
What?
It was hard for me too, you know? I used to think I couldn't live without you.
20 years is a very long time, lady. She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue, flecked with green.
But I can.
20 years? That's so much time. So you felt that way once? That you can't live without me? It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. Okay then. Super okay. I still have other things I need to know. 20 years though.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2.
Jeez.
Phew.
I don't know what that says about her, but... yeah. This is complicated. So you felt that way once? That you can't live without me?
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
Heartless. Alright, it doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again.
No, Harry. We can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
I see.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that logic,
Uh-huh.
not you too.
Let's be the last sane people in the world, but only twice. If it doesn't work, we'll lose our minds and let it all sink into the pail. What went wrong when we tried it again? I can do it better. Let's be the last sane people in the world, but only twice.
Yes, of course. You've got everything under control, and I'm hysterical because I don't want to keep hurting you.
Are you sure about that? We're not letting go of this very easily, are we? What went wrong when we tried it again? I can do it better.
I don't know. Please.
She shuffles from one golden sandaled foot to the other. In the distance, a streetcar screeches. Why can't we be together?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
I think she got us there. She's not wrong. We have all these voices in our head. She's not wrong. Like, insane how? Like, insane like cool insane? Wow, that cop's crazy? I'm not insane, don't say that. I'm the sanest person I know. Insane how?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
She does not want to talk about this, apparently. What do you mean by insane?
You know what I mean.
Everyone gets a little down. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a cop. It's not easy work. Yes, I may know what you... I may know what you mean. I may know what you mean.
No, you don't. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you, questions.
I have a list right now. I don't have lists. Like, they're not lists, they're trees. Let's talk about something else. They're not lists, they're trees.
This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
No, lie. Yes, but it's not possible to talk without trees. Lists are absolutely normal. Everyone has them. You just list everything you want to ask. But I like my list. I like my list. Lists are absolutely normal, though.
In descending order, usually. It's best to do them like that.
It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch.
She corrects her wreath on her head, with her hands trembling now. Wait, what do you mean I get sad? I got sad because you left. You mean I got sad even before that?
Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stayed down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia. I was so alone.
I see.
In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
She looks at you quizzically. It does not seem like a mystery she wants to get into. You're the X something. You're... Point to your head, the morning. You're just an evil ape. We're all just evil apes. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insulinde, and nothing else. I guess this is how we're coping. You're the X something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch.
And 20 is plenty of time.
I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
She keeps glancing over her shoulder nervously. I should have stayed down. I should have gone deeper, to a place where I never met you. Because it's impossible to meet people in the abyss of the void. I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure. Okay, so depression, closure. Closure? Let's try closure.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
Cool. Your friends. Say hi to your friends for me then. They're so grotesque. Say nothing, just look at her. Cool. Your friends.
I will.
She says the wind blows in and the gown wraps around her like a white flag.
1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane.
See?
In your mind, you could still climb inside her bed. Still the only man.
I see. You're just an evil ape. You're all just evil apes.
You don't have to hate the world. Can't you see how kind and beautiful everything is? I don't have time to deal with your pessimism. There are so many people at the stop at this hour. They're all going to the aerodrome.
You just want to go to the aerodrome, don't you? Beautiful world, beautiful aerodrome. Evil aerodrome, taking everything away from me. Forget about the aerodrome for 1 second. I lost, and it was you who I lost to. I lost to you. What?
It wasn't a fight. I was never fighting you.
It's always a fight with these tiny apes. Someone always loses. You're right, yes. So paranoid of me. There is no antagonism between us. I didn't want to fight you. You were the tiny ape I loved. I didn't want to fight you.
Let's stop it with the apes. This isn't going anywhere.
Okay, we're just crazy.
You told her you loved her. She has to feel something.
Well, on second thought, you're Dolores Day.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
She pulls up the silvery sleeve of her gown to check the time.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
Do we just go for the kiss? Do we just go for the kiss? Screw it, let's go. Oh, it worked.
With your feet trembling from the
Sex.
steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth.
Oh, this isn't gonna end well, is it?
She is not kissing you back.
She does not want this, apparently. But has succeeded.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
I feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your mouth, her tender soul moving through her lungs.
Her cheek against mine.
Feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. The world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it. You are stealing a touch. It's not yours to take.
Cold silver against my forehead.
A delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening air.
Squeeze her wrist.
Her hand does not return the grip. Her body is rigid. A current of unease courses through it.
Total rejection here, huh?
Distrust. For you. The curve of her spine, her shoulders hunched. She keeps herself stiff, her center guarded from your motions, unresponsive to your guidance.
You're not kissing me back, huh?
The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Well, that ended well. So dejected.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
You didn't kiss me back. Why didn't you kiss me back? That's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see.
Oh, you want to torture me one more time? Okay, let's see. What else? What else is left? She slides her hands down her chest and onto her lower stomach and smiles. I'm guessing that's not mine either, huh?
I'm pregnant.
It's not mine, huh?
Of course not.
She looks down her belly, then up into your old eyes.
I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck.
Ouch. I'm starting to think we don't actually deserve you, or you don't deserve us. I'm not sure which way that usually goes, but you don't deserve us, probably.
Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
She wipes her palms into the silk of her gown.
No, this has to end. Do the last one.
Even pain threshold is saying enough.
More questions. Ask more.
Don't go. That's the last question. But you said I have a vast soul, and you will always come back to it.
We both said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter. I kept it in my paperwork.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
Wow. She brushes a strand of white hair out of her eye.
You need to recite it to her, for effect. All of it. No summaries. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage.
She's not taking any damage.
She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way.
Do I start reciting, or do I summarize? I have it right here. Let me refresh your memory. Let's take a trip down memory lane. You know what I mean. You left me a letter saying you'll always come back to me. But you can't believe how happy you are with me. Right. Memory lane it is. Make it as painful as possible for myself.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this.
Every morning, when I step out and you're asleep behind me, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. Until by the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me completely. I step on the light rail and look back. Something. Bow collector. I know it will be like this until I walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me want to run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now?
I'm not happy. There's more. Kisses, kisses, kisses. Being a police detective, I have performed a handwriting analysis on this, so I know it was you. No, I'm not happy.
Then why are you doing this?
There's more. Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left, on Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No, it was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
I'm guessing it was a her problem as much as it was a my problem. Is that it?
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
I was cool.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants. Smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first. My first kiss. My first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love.
Why?
I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore.
A ticket stub. So the experience was nothing more than a ticket stub.
Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face, the octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me. Talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
It's probably because of you.
That's sharp and precise.
And me, to be honest. You're so sharp.
No, it's all you. I always loved you for it, but it could not save us. It could not make me stay. In the end, your mind just told you precisely how bad things are. And who would want to stay around for that?
What exactly did I do?
You would be right to drown this shit in alcohol. Drown it until your neurons depolarize, until it's gone, melted.
Can't you turn back to the person you were? And see her in you, under the gown and that wreath.
And my crown of immortality? No. You scared her out of me. With your crying, the awful time we wound up having. And the cheap rental flats you could afford.
I see. Is it because we were poor?
Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people.
It wouldn't be a cheap rental this time.
I can afford a better place this time. We can try again, this time with money. I can win now.
No, it's too late. I found someone for whom I feel the same love I did for you. Only this time, he is more careful. He will not lose me. It will go somewhere. It will grow.
More careful. Were we that careless?
Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny?
No, this is very funny. Ha ha ha. Yes, you're the least funny part about me. What do you mean by grow? Yes, you're the least funny part about me.
I hate being that. I don't want to be anything for you. I hope the decades it takes for you to get over me have already passed.
Apparently not yet. Voyager Road, I know that place. Where is it?
It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road.
This?
At the end of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos.
The house.
There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good.
I see we were very, very poor. She points across the water into the darkness.
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Were we drinking? No, that's not it. It's super easy to quit drinking. And it has no effect on human relations of this kind. Yes, it does. Was I drinking?
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regnant thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. It was inevitability.
And she's just looking at her toenails.
See? If you drank with her, you'd be cool again. If you drank with her, you could have sex on alcohol.
Yeah, that's not very good, actually. So what now? What happens now? What's the next thing we can talk about?
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, then you should let me go to the aerodrome.
War criminal. You're a war criminal.
Who says that? I have ruled with kindness, grace, and temperance. It's perfectly normal to have an army of humanity. I am the innocence of humanism. I call it whatever I want to.
So you're basically infallible, is that what you're saying?
Besides, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us. I really have to go to the aerodrome. I don't have time for this.
Would you say you didn't behave like a war criminal with me? You're right, I'm sorry, you're soft and good, not a war criminal. Would you say you didn't behave like a war criminal with me?
You were very bad to me too. We've talked about it like 7 million times now. I don't want to do that anymore.
It's always in the millions. Why is it always in the millions? Also, what did I do besides being poor? How sad was I? How bad was I really? We never get that, I feel like.
I have to, Harry.
Don't go.
Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
Her fingers wrap around the bag handle.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
Wait, can't we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria on the corner. Hold on. What is there to do, Mirova? You don't want me to let you go. Not really. You asked me not to. Okay, understand. Non-silently like a martyr. No, actually, wait. I need to see my list again. I'm sorry, where's my list? Wait! Oh, no list this time. What is there to do in Mirova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love.
I see.
I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want to be a good person again. Not this. Not what you made me into.
Okay, I understand.
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
I mean, I'm trying to let you go, and you're like making me feel bad about it. Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Mirova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
I mean, I know this is a dream, but how will I see you again, then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week.
Oh, that's painful.
At least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago.
This is intolerably bad.
Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
I don't want to see you again. Do we have to do this again, Harry? Harry? Do we have to do this again? Wow, he's so hung up on this, isn't he? Hey, we're back to reality. How's it going, Harry? Feel better? Probably not.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's solve the fucking case. My sleep was deep and invigorating, trying to cover up the blood seeping out of your hands. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim. Swallow the blood and conclude. Let's comb the entire island, centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step of this task chain. Just spit out the blood and get back to work. You're a badass like that. Actually, it was total annihilation, Kim.
I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have? Was it a job dream?
No, it was an ex-wife dream.
The lieutenant nods solemnly.
Alright, let's just solve the case.
Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound.
It'll be fine. Let's just comb the entire island. Let's complete it next.
Okay.
Okay. Simply okay. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. This? A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Sift through them. Nothing?
Books and most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures.
Animal Adventures.
Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin. Husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Conceptualize. How does anything stand out as unusual? It's 8%. Oh well. May as well.
Oh yes,
What?
under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory.
Oh, wow.
That is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly light reading.
Look, Kim. Powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful. Look, Kim. Deranged commie ranting. Look, Kim. Downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done. Look, Kim. A book. Left-wing. I have no comments, do you?
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West anymore.
I see.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him.
Critical theory books. What do you think this means?
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's all we can say about that.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique, and detective stories, and a small collection of critical theory from obscure publishing houses.
Oh, this entire thing is one set. Gotcha. What's this? Army surplus winter scarf. Okay. Guess we're taking that. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. Oh, well, what is this? Fawn shirt? Now we get another fawn item? Okay, Did we get some fallen pants? Magnesium. What's this? Take this all. This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
I see. You're right, we opened the big one. Do you see controls anywhere? I find us not opening it highly unlikely. Sure, you're right, we won't have to open it. Controls.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
He shuffles his feet to stay warm. It's getting cold, I see. There's probably something here. Oh, it's probably this thing.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Turn on the emergency switch. Emergency open. Push light interior. Slide radio dial. Slide the radio dial?
The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it.
Lights?
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle,
Oh, that's
a
terrible.
dim ambient orange.
Turn it off.
The old button is stuck.
Okay, that's bad. Open the door.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Alright, we can go through there now. But I want to see what else is here before we do that. But we gotta wait for it to open first. There we go, it's done.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
What's there?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
I'm scared.
Don't be. I have a gun.
I have a gun too, but I have no bullets. He takes out his sidearm, checks the barrel, then holsters it again.
Harry, this reminds you, you're out of bullets.
My gun is out of bullets, by the way.
Then it's extra good that mine is not.
Okay then, let's go. I was wondering, could you share some of those bullets with me? What is this? This hatch is jammed shut. What's down here? Bullets? Any bullets here? No, magnesium though, and some cash. Okay, let's check this area out first before we go through the door. I feel like that door was important, but let's see if we can find anything else here. Firing slit, you can't see inside. So this is where we went through the door. It must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Nothing? Just some wave crashers, whatever you want to call them. Anything down here? On the ice? Oh, I can actually get on the ice. The ice cracks under your feet. Be careful not to fall through. Alright, let's try not to. It would suck to get all the way here and die. I haven't saved in a while. Yeah, I'm trying to search through stuff. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
No, now's not the time, Inland Empire. I don't want to die here.
With a bottle in your hand.
A bottle in my hand.
Always.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you. Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No, it isn't.
Yes, 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 yes.
No, 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 no.
No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
Raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
Yes, we refuse this either way. Shake your head. So we refuse that thought regardless. I see. Is there anything else here? Anything else here that I'm missing? Oh, there's a path up here, it seems. What's this? The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. Is it because I ran too much? The inside of the fortress. You make out the console of the blast door. We can see that. What is this? The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Oh, this thing. The lieutenant lowers his voice, stepping closer with his gun on his hand. Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can, back off. Pick one out?
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Tia Motiri.
Contemporary Revacholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern islands, or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Tia Moteri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
I saw the same brand of cigarettes extinguished in Land's End, Point West. Someone's been smoking Tia Motiri cigarettes. Not a lot of that around. Yeah, I saw some same brand.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End and here.
Right.
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you,
Trajectories.
like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
It's interesting we can see trajectories like this. Nice. On the left?
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
So there's being shots made all the way over here? Wow. On the right?
The red chimney and collapsed rear wall of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags, Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10.
And between the two?
The box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Mother effer. There it is. Can't be 100% certain, but mother effer.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Yes, there's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see the roof.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
Kim, I could make it. I could make the shot. I don't want to boast. I could make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Finally, better late than never. Why didn't we come here before? Yeah, but we didn't have a boat before. Booyah, Master Cop at work. Better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
I mean, I guess we had to, like, do a whole lot of, what was it called? Process of elimination to get to this part. 6 people are dead. We could have prevented it.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
He looks north, over the fortification, then adds.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
In Martinez on this island. Right here, point on the mattress. On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says, he feels uncomfortable suddenly.
We should move now.
Gotcha. Let's get out. What's this? A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. Old medicine cabinet stocked with Duramine. Let's take all of it. I don't think I'm going to be getting into any physical confrontations anymore, but... Hey, more health items is never a bad thing. Let's go. I guess we explored that already. The last part is the... What happened here? Water rushes below, far down below. Let's see. The last part is this door. This place is pretty small. It's like there's really nothing to explore much. Alright. What do we have here? Oh! A tire. Is this where the kids came from? A rubber dinghy, deflated and broken. Probably not. That would be not safe. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Same ones? Hey, someone's here. Hello, sir. You nice gun you got there. Are you who we're looking for?
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
You are not what I expected to see. Quite old. Quite down. Quite out of it.
Then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours.
Why would you be the killer?
Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
He cups his ears. Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out the fire? 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
Position?
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
They're kids. What do you want from them? You've retrained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Right.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Gas, apparently. I fueled the generator, then used the console. How did you know I was coming? Well, that thing's pretty loud, you right? That thing's pretty loud. Yeah, I fueled it.
I should have burned that console down.
He shakes his head. How did you know I was coming? It's loud.
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Oh, you mean sad FM? How was that rock and roll? That was too sad to be rock and roll.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim. It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM. It was not reactionary. It was cool. It was not rock and roll.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie.
I do not disagree that sadness is a mental illness, but I don't know how that's a weapon.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
It's just not your thing, okay? Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
What kind of job is that? What make of rifle is that exactly?
It's a Triangong 446.
Triangle.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
Always had one.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Xinyao commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sin Yao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, wiped from the board.
His gaze turns inwards. Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further. We're with the police. I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. Sorry for disturbing you. Goodbye. We're not going to be doing that. I need you to put that gun down so we can talk further.
The lieutenant pulled his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Let's see. I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down. 28%? That is not very good. Let's see. Can I... Authority. I can only put 2 points into it. Is it going to be enough? I have a lot of points. I may as well. I think this is the last part anyway. Is this going to be enough? 58. I'll take it. Let's go.
The
Yes!
words, I am an enemy commander, sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be? Dog.
Lieutenant double your freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
A walking stick that fires bullets.
It's out of bullets.
Okay, it's now a walking stick. The old man lays the rifle down, carelessly, then stares at it just lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Pick up the gun in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Okay, so it's in bad shape. Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Xinyao.
It's as he said. It's a Triangon, made in Xinyao.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty Shanty. All it has to do is use jacketed ammunition. And it does.
This uses jacket ammunition 4.46.
The right type and the right calibre.
The lieutenant nods, glancing at the gun. Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. Any time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
He looks across the water, then back at you.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
A prisoner of war. And a deserter. How does that work? His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull. The reeds? I mean, don't really see anything.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
Partisan duties. Politics.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years? How long have you been on this island? How long have you been on this island?
43 years. No. I've been on other islands too.
He looks into the fire. A wisp of smoke rises from somewhere between the charred logs.
I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
So, 22 years on the island, roughly. Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
That's insane. That's steadfast. That's the length of my entire life. I don't even know what that is. That's insane.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He grimaces, clearly in pain.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Who's her? You got Dolores Day too?
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution.
I come from there, point to the mainland. I can assure you that is not what the people are planning. Girl child revolution? I've been there. The city is a tinderbox. It may still happen. I've seen it. Shake your head. Capital's too powerful. The rich are very well organized. Women will always betray you. I guess... Girl child revolution. That is not what the people are planning, I guess?
I am not a fool. I know the material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
He clears his throat. Lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
I don't understand any of this.
A second is all it took
For what?
for reaction to take hold.
What's reaction? It wasn't reaction. You were just afraid. And when was this exactly? I mean, I'm pretty sure you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
I mean, that's perfectly understandable.
And this was when?
The lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook, but does not take it out.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
He looks north. I guess when all the artillery fires and lands down, it would look like black magic. The amount of black magic you see. Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower,
He gestures towards it.
huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers underground, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
That's a pretty good impression. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered.
I see.
They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
He opens his eyes and stares right through you.
Some kind of great terror. Worse than you've ever seen.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know
What?
that the bourgeois are not human.
You've lost your mind. I've always expected the same. That's definitely enough for now. Say nothing, let him finish. You lost your mind.
Now is not the time, Lieutenant Yefreto.
I see.
I had to. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
Okay, understood. We'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
He looks at his worn running shoes. What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
He cuffs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
A droll smile stretches across his mouth.
We also have Druamine.
We have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. He must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
Let's see. You like that Dramamine, don't you? I mean, we don't have to say it. This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
Okay, I guess now we can say it. You like that, don't you?
It's the little joys. A dark joke. A sunshiny day. Morphine.
I see. How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
Not appreciatively. I also live in hell. I have old holes in my brain. You notice the lieutenant is about to say something. Oh, what do you have to say?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round.
He nods towards Martinez.
It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere. How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
He shakes his head and closes his eyes.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins.
I will never get over the name Boogie Street. Boogie Street is just like this weird thing, and then Jamrock. Jamrock's fine.
And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
He shakes his head. How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
He nods towards the deflated tire in the reeds, which is probably not working anymore.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks huddled together across the water. Why don't you just walk there? There's a small bunker under the failed building. Have you stayed there? Let's see, why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
So we're all animals. There's a small bunker. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
I see.
Propaganda bunker?
Yeah, didn't you see it with me?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Kill themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
He stares at the ruins of the failed building. One more question. Do you smoke cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We're not coalition appointed. We just try to help people. That's right, we're the good guys. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolution unit. We're with the RCM, let's leave it at that. We're not coalition appointed, we just try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans le Monde.
Man, does it always have to be like this? Come on, the war's over.
Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
He shakes his hand and he breaks into a coughing fit. Well, I mean, I didn't do any of that. What are you talking about?
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender. Before that, tell me. The Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Okay.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honorable. That's insane. Understood. Understood.
I don't think you did. You live in a delusion. Radio shows, speed racing, and sporting goods. It's not real.
I mean, it's pretty real, but what makes you say it's not? So you're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the defense corps.
Trained. in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
That means you're a trained communist, though, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Point to yourself, I'm a moralist. No, don't say that. I'm not really into politics myself.
You're inert lumpen with a gun.
Yeah, what about it?
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
Sorry about that, Kim. I don't know what came over me.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
He looks at the gun in your hand. What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Okay.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Or what?
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
Okay. He shakes his head and smiles, his teeth rotten black.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped. Did you use a gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with a gun in the last week or two? I know you want to tell me. Wait, so which one do I say then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you, and in them a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into your skull.
What?
All is not as it seems.
What is that?
Detective.
The lieutenant turns to you with well-disguised impatience. Okay, well, tell me, have you killed anyone in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
Okay.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
Okay, so you killed after the fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
He keeps shaking his head, erratically suddenly. He brushes something out of his eye.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenell?
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him? Fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the 9th of March 4th. Not that one. His name is Ellis Corgener. He was part of a security detail here in Martinez. Beautiful, strong man, sent here by honorable private military company Crenell. You know who I mean, nope. Corpse, ceramic armor, that guy.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
He looks up at the sky and clacks his tongue.
Did you kill him?
The lieutenant takes a sudden step towards him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Let's see. I don't need your cooperation. I got this. Show him the Treyon. We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island. Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself in the side of the head. Let's back off from it. We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
View was nice.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
The lieutenant softens his voice.
You have been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
Another sudden twitch, then one more in his right eye. Let's see. I got the gun.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
I mean, not much we could do against that.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
We saved a lot of them. Their leader, Titus. We handled that situation. Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
The lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. Dramatically asks, "You think we have the murder weapon? I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. I'm calling it."
Good.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Let's see. Let's try go back to
I
ballistics.
saw you poking.
You had direct. You have been here a long.
I'm ready to.
He's practically
You said-
admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
You said fascies. You're admitting you killed him?
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
Okay, well that didn't do much of anything. He waves his hand. There's a twitch, then one more in his right eye. What am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh yes! My head hurts now. Yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're revolutionary symbols from the war. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Of course, thank you, Head. Thank you. Ow.
You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul.
There were Mabels behind the victim's window. Show him the dried flower.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He looks at the blossoming field behind you.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too. before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
Let's see. A young woman called Classe. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Classe. You hadn't heard her name, had you? You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then the muscles in his jaw twitch, a spasm.
Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
He looks at his running shoes covered in mud.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Taras.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet. I mean, would suspects even cooperate this much? I feel like unless they're cornered and can't do anything, it's a fight or flight thing, right? But I guess he's too tired to do any of that, so he cooperates.
The maker is called Sensorique. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
The lieutenant comes to the same conclusion. Wait, maybe it's simpler than that. 83%, let's go.
Simple.
What?
No. This is another loose thread you will never connect.
That was 83%, what? Goddamn footprints everywhere, I hate them.
The lieutenant raises his brow. Not now. Stop yourself.
What do we do now? We're not getting... Cuff.
People change shoes, detective. It was you. You were there, weren't you? Crawling and whirling in rags. What were you doing? Some kind of reconnaissance? Preparing the scene? Listening in on her?
Trying to rack your brains. You're desperate to report something back to your masters. They must have really loved that dead fuck.
No, we just want answers. He squints at him, eyes gleaming with hatred.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He suddenly jerks back to life. He was a rapist? I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law. He was a soldier too. He was a man. He was a soldier.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
He breathes in with strange animation.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
Well, I mean, someone reported it. We came in. What do you want us to do, huh?
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you.
Just nod.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
And then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
The lieutenant asks for a second of silence. After a second of silence,
Yes.
a single word is all he gives.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Why indeed?
Because that's what they were doing.
Voyeurism, that's what they call voyeurism. He shrugs and smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
Right.
And if you don't like it,
Click.
If it's part of the shit you see,
then you pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
he looks the lieutenant in the eye.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
Okay.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
How long have you been watching her? Did you have feelings for that woman? How long have you been watching?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
I see.
In the free state of Semonine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy, we should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean...
He seems confused momentarily. Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revishal's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you.
How did you see all this? The bruises, that she was beaten?
I'm not blind, am I?
How does he know those minute details on her body? Footprints, changed clothes, found a peephole. I mean, you got cataracts. Cataracts don't help.
It
There
quickly
you
comes
go.
to you.
The bruises on her body. Any chance you've seen them through the hole in the wall? Ever seen her through a window on a roof? The hole in the wall.
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Did you see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works.
He shakes his head, almost in awe.
You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
He keeps shaking his head.
Those two took the cake.
Really?
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
Right.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
He points towards the whirling in rags.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
Did you have feelings for that woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There have been others. Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window? One more thing about this woman. Was that why you left dried flowers?
No.
He starts to shake his head again. A sunflower on a withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor. like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Okay, let's just say nothing.
Neither does he. He lowers his head, like a sunflower on a withered stalk. In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her. It's always about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away. We don't know where she is. She got away, but she let us here first. She figured someone was watching her from the sea fort. We arrested her. We did not. I'm not liberty to say. She got away, but she led us here first.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucan's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
The lieutenant uses the opportunity to tell you in a lowered voice.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house, stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world.
I guess.
Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
Right, like the one guy.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clear.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Let him finish, do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
He keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. Nod. I'm just gonna nod.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too.
I mean, he's dead now.
Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Now I have some questions about this. No, we're just gonna nod. Just nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores...
What follows is ominous mumbling. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic and Mr. Clare is a farce of social democrat. Cooperating, You mean Renee? I'm glad we talked about this now. Nah, I think we don't need any more than that.
Glad? It's all gone.
He stares into the dust at his feet, gray and dirty spring grass all around. Assess his body language. Composure. And I guess we're gonna max this out. Let's go. Just max it out. May as well. 58%? Better than the 83, I hope.
What strikes
There
you
we
about
go.
this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild,
He is surprisingly okay.
indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
Mr. Dross, are you on some kind of psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
Okay, just making sure.
You said you take painkillers.
The lieutenant follows your lead.
I take them to cope with pain. The people of this city use painkillers because they have pain. Untreated illnesses, not enough money for a greedy doctor.
He is indeed very lucid at times. It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
Okay, well, he's not on anything like that. Are you okay? How is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
Right, okay, we got that. We got that.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
You are under arrest, Iosif Lilianovich Dross, for the murder of Ellis Kortner.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
Yeah, we can still do that. The old man's eyes fill with sudden, unexpected terror at the words.
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand?
And he's done.
Do you understand?
But
Do you understand, sir?
no, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Oh, he's hunching now.
Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
First say, does it have room for 3? Perception, hearing, legendary. Wait. Perception? Do we have points for that? We have plenty of points for that. Where's my perception? Let's do that. There's something here.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Sashkim, do you hear that?
What?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
The old man's voice drowns in a sudden gust of wind.
Your skin crawls.
What's going on? Hmm? What? Is that the Phasmid? Why now? Why now?
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Blink. I'm just gonna blink. I don't want to scare it off. Blink.
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
Okay, what is that? I know what that is. That's the Phasmid.
What are you talking about?
The heck? The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
Oh, wow.
You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There it is. I see it. I finally got insane. Put your head in your hands. No, it's here. It's for real. It is. I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
Kim, thank you. I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means
It exists.
it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
The lieutenant whispers, then takes a step towards the giant arthropod. Oh, thank you, autosave. We do not want to do this again.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
Oh, wow. Thing's amazing. How the heck? How did anyone miss this? It's so huge. It's so big. How does anyone miss this thing?
Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully. This is the Insulian phasmid.
It is.
Kim believes it now. The lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly so.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera.
Camera?
No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Kim, the flash is loud. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
I get you, but we need to do something first. Don't know what. Pulls it to lens open?
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
Okay, take the picture. It's afraid. Stop now.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
He has stopped fiddling with the camera, but he does not put it down.
You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
I have the pheromone. I can approach it.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
Well, may as well try. His whisper turns to a skeptical hiss, but he has stopped now.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Oh. But let's try let's try this first. Say something to it quietly. Something like, "Don't be afraid."
Nothing changes in the cyclical braying motion of the creature's limbs. They are porcelain white on the inside and reed-colored on the out. Beige, light brown, and striped. You are unsure if it is scared or not. Its insect mind is impenetrable to your reasoning.
Okay, electrochemistry, this is 97%. This better work. Thank you. Would be
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
That's like super close to an alien, but it's not an alien. Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
Okay, put it down, put it down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Let's see. Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The lieutenant watches you apprehensively.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Okay, I guess I'll max out Inlaid Empire. I barely have enough points. Let's go. May as well. Let's go.
I exist.
Oh man, that sent shivers to my... You talk? I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire, burning. It's Wonderbar. I'm ill. If I tell you, what will happen? I'm ill.
What is your illness?
My body aches. I'm bleeding. I'm ill in my head. I'm insane. That's how it is for me. In my heart, for me it's sadness. Input after input. Sadness.
For me, it is not like that. I have states, not emotions. For example, I experience excitement at unexpected sugar rewards, but that is not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. And if I did, it would never ache.
You're the type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. What is happening to me right now? You're the type of animal I would like to be.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask? No, I'm not. Why are you asking? Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
That's absolutely nothing. A small leg, that's horrible. That's cool. That's cool.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
Ah, you don't have a foot there now.
Yes, thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
Okay. I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
Also that. Also that. I was born to detect you, I guess.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered, out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
You're kind of hard to see now that I see it, but as if you look closely, you can see the sticks and the head. How could you not see this thing? This is my masterpiece.
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god? Then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer. Is there a god out there?
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Okay, so we would like to eat god then. Gotcha. What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
I see.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
You're probably not wrong there.
No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoles Islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
That's surprisingly specific. Are you poisonous?
Yes, I do not have a star to display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry. It is only destructive over long periods of time.
Wait, how are we getting this information?
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
Are you the miracle?
No. You are the miracle.
Me? How?
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system, ominously new to the planet.
I am madness. My mind says so.
The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, the Pale came with humans? What? Wait, the Pale is human-made?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
That's kind of scary. I thought the Pale was something like space, but if it's human-made, then... What the crap? How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Yeah, it's gonna kill us too.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Quick blink. Have I always thought this way? But I want to blink and undo 12 million years of matter expansion. I have already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I'll be extra careful not to blink, stick insect, don't worry. I have already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
Okay, what does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind. Nothing, just looking at the insect. Everything's normal. Then I think I'm having a vision.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
After a second thought, the lieutenant asked, sort of? No, I told you what it's about. The case? The case is meaningless compared to this. I have totally transcended the case. Sort of, yeah.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts, that was all.
No, there is one more.
One more? Of all the creatures I've met, you're the kindest. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the scariest. Of all the creatures I've met, you're the most beautiful. It is indeed the most beautiful thing in this entire game, in this entire world.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
What woman?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you is now so fires. So overly far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
Oh, you're talking about the ex? I will try.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Of course it doesn't. Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
With a slow ring of metal, the lieutenant slides the lens open and raises it to eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
That picture is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds and the sky, and you as a shadow before it.
For all time.
Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whiskers. Carefully pet its scythe-like forearm. Whiskers.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. The creature in front of you stays frozen.
Carefully pet its scythe-like forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing.
So it's very delicate, huh? It's a wonder it even stands up. Pull the hand away. Or do we run it up the run it up this slender limb higher.
A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
Okay, we got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
And there it goes. Never to be seen again. Only we were.
Just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north, with his hand raised to his brow. You can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
He shakes his head with amazement. What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He puts his hand in the ash. It's dirty and black.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Okay. What is this? Hey! It's the mask. The last bit of armor. We didn't take the greaves, but... And a rifle scope?
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
The old man looks around confused.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
See?
He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking, like an addict of some terrible substance.
Snap your finger under his nose.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What has happened to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Yeah, it told me something else.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke? Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dras,
He touches the man's shoulder.
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these years.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dras, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
Oh wow, he's totally seized up.
The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed strangely animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid?
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point. Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
He takes off his glasses and cleans them, then puts them back on. When he puts them back on, he's still staring at the sea. I think he's addicted to that thing.
Like a drug?
He has displayed addictive behavior before, and not just to painkillers.
His pupils appear to be dilated. They still are.
He examines the catatonic man's eyes. It's definitely toxic, the phasmid. It told me it is.
Told you? Yes, good. During your long staring match. I understand.
He looks at the man, then you. Come on, Kim. Believe me. You believe this. He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in its company?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe.
He looks at his notebook.
I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
Thank God.
No one would believe you without it.
We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the helmet?
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is. The last embers have gone out. The war is over.
How about the scope?
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid.
The lieutenant observes the lens sparkle in your hand.
This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Okay. Well, I guess we're done here. And we got the helmet. Man, that is ugly. I don't want that on me. Give me my fawn cap back. My fawn cap, my fawn shirt, my fawn jacket, my fawn shoes. We're just missing the fawn pants. The air smells sweet and scary somehow. I'll tell you why it smells scary. The phasmid. But the phasmid is like the best thing in this game. Holy crap. What? I'm just surprised that at the very end you actually made the thing. And none of those cages we saw would have been able to contain it. It's like pointless. Utterly pointless.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What is that flutter?
The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105. On the islet, there is almost no wind, just the light movement of air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other, like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work, of great importance to the few who attend.
I don't think that's important anymore, so let's just get out of here. Open your eyes, stop listening. We're done here. Let's get out. Maybe if I got that sooner, some exploration would have been nice. But
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
let's return to the mainland.
Let's. We are done here.
He says, adjusting his glasses as he looks out over the water.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you.
Who?
You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
I mean, we did bring Lillian's boat back. Oh, autosave. Great. Lily is not here. Anyone else here? That I should...
Look what the tide brought him.
Oh, hello, Jean. I see you don't have your toupee, your wig and your sunglasses anymore. Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly, his expression changes and he tilts his head.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Yeah, what do you care?
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
Forget about all this. There's a giant. No one else seems bothered by the bleeding. Who are you people? Who are you people? I don't know you.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yes, I have met you.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
He says, gesturing towards his companions.
Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
What pavement? I am standing up. What pavement?
Lieutenant Kim Kisoragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
Suddenly, he adds, suddenly regaining his confidence.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Way to feed me to the wolves. No, Kim, you gotta have my back. Let's destroy them. Way to feed me to the wolves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
She says warmly, flashing the lieutenant the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
Okay, forget about all this. There's a giant...
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
He points at you with both hands. No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
Where's the blood? I don't see it.
Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Okay, what is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
Okay.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Way to back out, Trent.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Oh, boy.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
How'd you know I was here? You're the man with the sunglasses. You aren't the man with the sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true.
Okay.
And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off. Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you. I don't like being lied to. Okay, I had that coming. I don't like being lied to.
I didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you couldn't recognize your own partner.
You never told me you never told me you're not the horse-faced woman. Let's not do that. That's insulting. So, Trent Heidelstein turns out to be special consultant Trent Heidelstein.
Yes, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I never said I wasn't Trent Heilerstam.
So what was up with the kid?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh yeah, what was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So you are the special consulting here. You are the special consulting? Okay, I had to read that twice.
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
Group personality theory? You mean like the voices in my head?
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Ah, duped again. No one's who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this turned to Lieutenant. Tell me at least you are who you said you were.
Yes, I'm still Kinkisolagi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Okay, we're good then. You mentioned task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Idlestown, and Guillaume Baby.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Yeah, who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Ah, I see.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde with sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Okay, so what does this unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
Okay.
The 41st isn't...
He trails off, not wishing to finish his sentence. Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal. Yeah, where have you been?
God damn it, Harry.
He shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks at you in the eye.
You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson? All will burn, Satellite Officer Vic Mark. Make no mistake about it. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why would you leave a literal police god? I said all those things? I'm not like that anymore. Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers?
It wasn't like that.
Are you sure?
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Well, all will burn, Satellite Officer Vic Mark.
Here we go. Alcoholic delirium. Visions. All must pay.
Okay, well, none of this ring any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, pal, and so on.
Thank you for the explanation.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Socioeconomically, I don't know where my socioeconomic status is right now. I mean, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
Okay.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
What?
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vrede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm now slowly recovering from it. I made it all up. It was a fantasy, a stupid joke. I know what I am. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. I am a highly experimental detective. This was a method I used to solve the case. Something so sad happened to me that I couldn't be me anymore. It was a defense mechanism. Capitalism. Capitalism fucked me beyond all recognition, and Trent is right. Maybe it's got something to do with a hole?
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vicmere. It's Martinez.
Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez. I'll explain later, but there's another man who's lost his memory. A crab man. I knew you wouldn't be too close-minded to understand the anomaly. Take this seriously. I suspect there might be something wrong with Martinez.
Yes. Anomaly. Look, I get it. In your delirium, you came up with an anthroponetic explanation for why you're such an insane drunk. And I understand.
If you investigated further, you or Kim would have more to say. But you didn't, so here we are.
Fair.
I've been there. Perhaps it's not because he's a petulant teenager in a 40-year-old man's body. Perhaps it's bail-related. Perhaps it's extra-physical. Or perhaps it can be cured with mesmerism. But then I think, no, that's unlikely. He's probably just an asshole. A drunk asshole who pretends to have amnesia to get out of shit.
But Detective Vicmere, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
What mural?
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here.
He gestures towards the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input.
Well, I can hear and see things I can't see, apparently, according to Shivers.
Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
I'm not sure about that free market part.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to lead again. No, I'm not. Line detective is good for now. He's wrong. I'm too far gone forward. Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit. Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit.
No, Harry. Fuck you. You already fucked us. I've already explained this shit to Bryce twice. To Berdyayeva 4 times. I'm your partner. I answer for you when you're not there.
What now, then?
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Hold on. In the ocean? Paying insurance? It was stolen by Jacob Err. Who's Jacob Err? It wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic hooligans. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't. The time has come to kill sunset. I don't know what it's doing there. Hold on. In the ocean?
Yes, in the ocean, under the sea. Our work vehicle, with fishing clams and other sea shit.
It wasn't me. It was stolen by traffic hooligans.
Oh, well, if it wasn't you, then it's okay. You only let someone steal a 45,000 real police vehicle, drive it into the sea, and then just left it there.
Okay, that's not any better.
For the record, you pressured us into getting it. It'll be cool, Jean. We'll have wheels, rapid response. I was fine being an equestrian cop. I hope you're fine driving a bicycle.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Don't answer that. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Wait, my badge? I got my badge right here. Show it to them. I lost it, I haven't found it yet. Lie. What I do have is this futuristic armor. Let's see. Show it to them. I got the badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Catch it. Can I catch it? I only got 2 points. May as well put it in this. Hand-eye coordination, let's go. Catch it. Nice.
Not today, badge.
Did I get the badge? Behold, my badge. The drama is unnecessary. I got the badge, all is well. Behold, my badge.
And your gun?
No gun. He asks, unimpressed by the piece of plastic in your hand.
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements.
Gun. I have a new gun now. Present Ruby's gun. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. I may have pawned it. Anyway, it's gone now. I'm on it 24/7. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. How about that?
Upgraded it. I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about your official sidearm, which you lost.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have my sidearm. This is a Trion 446. It was used to kill a man from nearly 40 kilometers away.
I don't care. Where is the gun the RCM gave you to kill people with? Where is that one?
Yeah, I don't have that one.
I knew it. I told you we didn't have it.
This isn't cause for celebration. It's bad.
Oh, I would say it's very bad. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Please, put the stolen rifle away before you kill someone.
I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. I tried not to, but I can't work as well without it. I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then?
Because I got shot. What do you think?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
No idea what you're smelling. I washed the death off me. Wait, it might be because of the pheromone. It probably is because of the pheromone. Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse. It's been a bit of a week. Sorry, I smell bad. None of this matters. My odor situation is meaningless compared to what I've discovered. Oh wait, it might be because of the pheromone.
Detective, please. Don't start talking about your pheromone again.
I'm not talking about
this
that.
This is serious. If you don't...
I'm not talking about that. No idea what you're smelling. Well, I actually have handled a corpse, though.
I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let a suspect escape, a certain Classier, because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Classe. She was some kind of spy from the Occident, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped there. She pulled one on me. Okay, yes, I let her go as an act of mercy. That's just a small detail in a huge case you have nothing about. That doesn't matter. None of it does. We are looking at the oxygen holocaust times quadrillion. I have come to know the final fate of man and the universe. I mean... It's just a small detail in a huge case.
Sure, if it's part of your master plan. Let's not even get into the other suspect. The one who shot herself in the head. Another detail.
Hey, I tried to stop that one.
Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now. Doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote.
I mean, okay, maybe if I went along more with him, I might have actually gotten my gun, but I didn't do that. Okay?
Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
It could have been worse.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Thank you, Kim. What he said. I also solved the case. It's solved, all of it. Yeah, it's a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Okay.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He brushes a stray strand of hair out of his eye and coughs.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
Huh.
You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
Why is he so respectful to Kim?
See?
1 week.
1 week is a lot.
Then there's the boring cop issue. Despite all the obvious and almost grotesque mannerisms and sartorial choices, he still insists he isn't characteristic enough.
What characteristic about what?
It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist, a man of the center, not prone to political outbursts, which is commendable, but also at odds with his behavior.
What behavior?
And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven.
Darn right.
Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was what it was.
You were there too, I think.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
Yeah, let's not forget about that one. That's the most important part.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
Nice, isn't it?
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Hosiana. Boom shakalaka, mother effers. As you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective. Boom shakalaka.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Yes.
Detective?
Boom boom boom. Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
Amazing, right? Yeah, I see you were speechless, John.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Also, the phasmid was female, the reeds are its nest. They don't care about that. The killer, Liano Dross, we have a strong motive for him. Okay, yes. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, missing person I found. We don't really care about that. So, what do you say? Want to take this shit back? Yeah, let's go with number 2 first.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Matronym.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Right.
This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Yes.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between company and the Union. No, he did not. He killed him in an act of rage induced by the phasmid's semiochemicals. Actually, I'm not sure if I have a motive. Just had another thing. Jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man, to have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something?
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
It's more than that, a perfect folding mechanism like the phasmid. I'll win her back with this, no you won't. It's my masterpiece they'll teach us in cop school. I did all I could, every second was a struggle. I'm still not completely satisfied with it, I could just be a little neater. They'll teach us in cop school.
Masterpiece. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
I haven't drunk.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there, like in your bones or something. It will pass in time.
Let's see. I guess there's no reason to say 1 and 3. Let's go with 4.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Okay.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait. I have a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before that.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
Wait, that doesn't explain the facial hair. That's genetic. The collection of found sportwear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
Physical instrumentation? Is that what you're talking about?
God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Oh, you. Yeah, you. When was this? When was I gym teacher?
In your 20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
I guess so. You said Quran. I was a gym teacher?
Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamrod. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
Why did I join the RCM then?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
Okay.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Okay, I don't know how that's a connection, but I guess it helps. Why am I like this then?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
That's fair.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Some chick, who?
Dora something. Dora Ingerlund. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Wait, Ingerlund? So we weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
Okay.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6 years? Okay, 6 years is not that much. It could have been 6 years. 3, let's go with 3.
No, it was 6. Like, ancient. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That, and Dora England really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Bourgeois, okay.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Yeah.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Okay, am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre?
No.
No, because the suspects seem to think.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Fair.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you it's not that bad.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
He tilts his head northward.
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
This, Torsen McLean?
Mac the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean.
Ah, those two
They're not
guys.
fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic though, Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. 2 clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the Sea Wing is...
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
Are you sure about that?
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
Okay, you admit that. And Price is...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
Okay.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
That is fair. So I work in the Bloody Murder Station. Okay.
Okay. It's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there. Hard. Every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
The Phasmid. I need to tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. Remember?
Cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock. Told me about the Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
She looks a Vic Mark.
Fine. If we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now? Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, First, I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
He pulls up his collar and looks around, the cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his glasses.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I mean investigate. Come work with me at Precinct 41. Do it, Kim. I know you want to. We're good together.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
A crooked smile quivers on his lips. You want to.
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
The lieutenant turns very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
He returns her smile.
He's really considering it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Good.
She looks at you, then Vigmar.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
That's actually pretty close.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Yes.
Who's this?
Really? Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomac Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minot? Of course.
Wait. Is there going to be a revolution?
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Wait. Side with the RCM? Is there going to be a revolution? Okay, this looks nothing like the kinema. I mean, it's something, right? Okay, John. Let's get going. It's like he doesn't want to do it. Alright, fine. Let's go. Let's go. Get in, you bum. It's kind of weird how the door opens, not gonna lie. Alright. That's Disco Elysium. I'll put my thoughts at the end of the credits, so it's gonna be like a long credit scene, I believe. But yeah, I'll see you at that point. So what can I say about this game? It's very well written. It's very well voiced. The amount of consequences regarding actions and stuff like that. It's a I wouldn't say it's overwhelming, but it's definitely very intricate. Like, I think you can do almost everything in the game. And I mean, you'll probably still get the same result because you have to end up like in that place anyway, the island, to capture the suspect. But I can see where a few things could possibly be, what do you call this? Be better, at least in my playthrough. Now, as far as the actual game is concerned, I feel like if all roads lead to the island, then the only thing stopping you from getting, like, what do you call this? The only thing stopping you from getting there quicker or sooner is yourself, basically. There's probably like a whole list of side quests and stuff that you can do, but don't have to. But if you do some of them will help you in your, what do you call it? Some of them will help you in your investigation, which is not a bad thing. It's just interesting to see how interconnected a lot of things are, even though they don't seem to be. So yeah. But this is actually really, really nice. I like this. I hope the devs make more games in this style. Maybe some refinement here and there. But yeah, I'm excited to see what else they can do, because if this is a one-shot, it's special. It's very special. So, all right, that's all I gotta say for my thoughts of this game. If you haven't played it before and seen this playthrough and you think you can do better than me, please get this game. Or if you just want to play through it yourself, please get this game. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. So yeah, until the next playthrough, thank you all for coming, everyone. Have a nice rest of your day, and see you next time. Goodbye.